Good day. In this video, we're going to cover another question on the Prelim of 2018, paper 1 of Gauteng. It is the calculus modeling question, the word sum that we always get as part of the calculus section. The question reads, the path traveled by a meteor can be tracked using the formula S of t equals 6000 minus 600t minus 0.2t cubed plus 2 times 10 to the minus 3 to the power of 5, where S of t is the distance in meters. So this is a formula for the distance in meters that the meteor is from the Earth, t seconds after being detected. Then they ask, determine the velocity at which the meteor approaches the Earth when first detected. Show that the meteor will collide with the Earth at t equals to 10 seconds. Determine the acceleration, rate of change of velocity of the meteor at t equals to 5 seconds. Although kids don't like word sums, I always say to my students, take a chance on this word sum. And you can just do 1 or 2 or 3 things. You don't even have to understand exactly what you're doing. We read the question again. It says, the path traveled by meteor can be tracked by using the formula. They give us the formula, where S of t, this thing, is the distance in meters that the meteor is from the Earth, t seconds after being detected. Then they say, determine the velocity at which the meteor approaches the Earth when first detected. Now, think what they said. They said S of t is distance. They're not talking about distance here. They're saying velocity. So there's a fat chance it's going to be the first derivative. So in this case, we have to work out the first derivative. Substitute the t with 0. Why? Because no time elapsed. They say first detected. Why didn't we plug it into the original formula? They didn't say anything about distance. Then we work it out. Then the answer is the meteorite is approaching at 600 meters per second. Please stop the video and get your brain around this. And don't be afraid about all these negative exponents and everything. We've got calculators to cover us here. So it's first derivative, plug in a 0, get the answer. Next they said, show that the meteor will collide with the Earth at t equals to 10 seconds. Think about the logic. The distance should then be 0. So we take that 10, plug it in the place of t everywhere, and plug it in your calculator. So the meteor will be 0 meters away from the planet, thus hitting it. The distance will be 0. Please stop the video and get your head around this. Lastly, they asked, determine the acceleration, rate of change of velocity of the meteor at t equals to 5 seconds. So we must put that 5 in the place of t somewhere. So we take our original equation, work out the first derivative, that was velocity. Then they tell us here, rate of change of velocity. They're helping us. We've got to do something to this guy again. So you work out your second derivative. Plug the 5 seconds in there. And write down your final answer, minus 1 m slash s squared. Please stop the video and get your brain around this. I always make my students write down these 3 words. Distance, then velocity, then acceleration. So if they give me a distance question, my first derivative will be velocity and my second derivative will be acceleration. If you don't totally understand, still try something in this question. Please indicate whether you liked or disliked the video and subscribe to the channel. If you run into a calculus modeling or word sum problem that you have trouble with, you may send a clear WhatsApp photo of your problem to this number and a clear WhatsApp photo of where you tried it. Then we will try and solve the problem and send back an answer to you as soon as possible. Enjoy calculus modeling.